I just got some packages in the mail. Let's open them up. Alright guys, so the first thing we've got is a package right here that I believe was a trade, if I'm not mistaken. Let me open it up. Let's see what we've got. Perfect, yeah, so this was a trade from a person on Instagram. They saw on one of my posts that I had posted a Fire Red and Ruby, and they were interested in doing a trade. And it looks like they threw in some Pokemon cards. That's awesome. So we got Kirby, Nightmare in Dreamland, and a Pokemon Emerald with no label. And it looks like they threw in a couple Pokemon cards. Look at this. Some vintage cards. Awesome. So these two were a trade. I traded him a copy of Pokemon Ruby and Fire Red for these two games. Next up, we have a package here. I don't know what exactly this... Oh, yeah, I do. Let's check this out. Awesome. So this is a... Looks like... What is in here? So I purchased on Instagram a copy of Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom because I hadn't had these games yet. And I saw somebody post them on Instagram pre-owned for $40 a piece. So I figured I'd snatch them up instead of paying retail for them at the store. And it looks like they threw in a Little Snow Fairy Sugar anime DVD in with it. Awesome. All right, guys, now for the big package. This is the one I've been waiting for. So basically how this happened was I have a bunch of Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox trade posts on Facebook. And when people send me offers that I like but aren't quite good enough for the systems, I ask if they want to sell their items. So this was a guy, he wanted a PS5, but it just wasn't enough stuff. And so I ended up paying $500 for all the contents of this box. And apparently he was not local, so he ended up shipping everything to me. So let's get this paper out and let's see what all is included in this. First thing is, it looks like an N64 Rumble pack, memory pack. Nintendo 64, we got a Rumble pack here. Alright, so we've got a yellow N64 controller with, I'd say, 7 out of 10 joystick. And then we've got a gray one that looks like it's losing its color a little bit, but joystick is pretty nice. Some damage to it, but nothing crazy. Look at the difference in color from the front to the back. Next up, looks like we have a blue controller. This one's going to need some serious cleaning. This one is extremely dusty, but looks like the stick is in pretty good shape, so this should clean up nice. And the last, I'm assuming last N64 controller is this Atomic Purple. Decent. This is probably the worst stick of all of them, but it's still pretty good. Probably a 6.5 out of 10. Next up in the package, we've got, it looks like N64 power cord. Some damage to it. Should be fine. And then this is a RFU adapter for the N64. Looks like we've got a little stack of N64 games here. First game is Army Men Sarge's Hero. And then we've got Aiden Chronicles. And then we've got Star Wars Shadow of the Empires. Get some of this clutter off the top. Got a couple of cords here. I'm sure that they will be useful later. A Wii power cord. Wii AV cord. 2 Wii nunchucks. You can always use these cords. I'm assuming there's a Wii system in here. I can't remember, but here is the memory bar. Or the sensor bar, excuse me. And then, what is this? This is a honker of a cord. Radio Shack. Some kind of power or audio video cable. We'll figure it out later, but let's check out what these are. I'm assuming these are going to be games. Okay, so we've got a copy of Kirby's Adventure on the NES. And we've got a copy of The Legend of Zelda. Contra on the NES. And Mega Man. The original Mega Man. This is a pretty expensive game here. I was a little worried about the condition. It looks like the label is coming up a little... Oh, coming up entirely on this one. That's a bit of a bummer. I did not see that in the pictures that were shown. But that's okay. Let's keep moving on. The pictures were done strategically because none of the bottom parts of the labels were shown. So we've got Little Nemo Dream Master and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers with a totally burnt label here. That's unfortunate. You know, the pictures only showed the front, but that's okay. Let's keep going on. Looks like we got another gold cart here. So it looks, we've got Yonoid and The Adventures of Link. Okay, this one looks to be in pretty good shape, so that's pretty nice. More NES games here. These were extremely well packaged, I'll give them that. We've got Pac-Man and Blaster Master, Snake's Revenge and Metal Gear, Super Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong Classics, Dragon Warrior and Kid Icarus. Tons of NES games in this lot. We've got the nice yellow label Metroid and copy of Tetris, of course. Double Dragon. And then Ken Griffey Major League Baseball for the N64. Okay, it looks like we are back onto N64 games. Can't even get these open, man. This wrapping is incredible. Come on out. We've got Off-Road Challenge, Command and Conquer, and Super Mario 64. Mario Kart 64. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And Donkey Kong 64, one of my favorite games of all time. Okay, next wrapping, we have Battle Tanks, 007, The World Is Not Enough, and Banjo-Kazooie. We've got Wave Race 64. It's like Rayman 2, Great Escape. And then Mortal Kombat 4. And it looks like that's going to be the last of the games included. Unless, we'll just need to find out what this looks like, the Wii console. Man, the packaging, I gotta give it to this guy. Everything is wrapped up premiumly. Okay, so we've got just a white Wii here. We'll have to test and make sure this thing works. But the hinges are good, everything looks good, it's just a little dirty. Then here, feels like a N64. Let's check to see. And it's got the expansion pack, that's great. That's always a bonus. And then the last thing in the box, I would imagine, yep, this is the original Nintendo. It's got a little bit of gray. I hope this thing works. I have issues with these a lot, but let's check it out. Any bonus games? No, no bonus games. Sweet. Okay, so that is everything included in the box, in this package. So I'm going to get it laid out, get it all cleaned up, tested, and then I will show you guys everything all together. All right, so everything has been cleaned, tested, had to open a few things up. There was some rattling, but surprisingly, everything ended up working, which was really, really nice. I was worried about that with a deal like this where I didn't get to see the stuff in person beforehand. It just got shipped to me, but really happy with how everything turned out. Just to review, I purchased all of this stuff for $500, and the price charting value was about $950 to $1,000. So that was a great deal. And then, of course, we got the 2 Switch games that I paid $40 a piece for. So I was able to save about, $20, $25 after tax on each game if I were to buy them brand new at a store. Really excited to play both of those. And then for this trade, we did, once again, Pokemon Ruby and Fire Red. For these 2 games, Emerald with No Label and Kirby Nightmare Dreamland. And he also added $20. So really, really solid mail day. I'm probably only going to keep Aiden Chronicles, besides the 2 Switch games, of course, for my collection. So if you see anything here that you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment or follow me on Instagram. The link will be in my description. Really, really solid mail day. Some heavy hitters like Mega Man and some great titles like Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Contra, Metroid, Donkey Kong, and others. That's going to be all I have for you in this video. Some nice packages. If you have anything that you'd like to sell, any collection, video games of any kind, feel free to reach out to me down below on Instagram, as well as if you're interested in anything that I showed off today. Thanks so much for watching.